How's it going, everyone? Ben here with Your Tech Explained, and today we're going to be doing something just a little bit different. Now, if you hadn't noticed, my desk is kind of a mess right now, and that's because I'm going to be redoing my cable management. And I'm going to be showing you guys a few products that you can actually use to improve your own cable management. So let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so the first product we're going to talk about are these Velcro clips, or Velcro ties. Now you can use these in place of zip ties to keep cables bunched together like I'll do right now. So as you can see, I have all of these cables here together, and I'm just going to tie them together so they don't come loose. So you just loop the Velcro around, put it through, tighten, and then it locks in place. And then the good thing about these is that you can remove them at any time if you need to get a wire out, or if you need to add a wire, unlike zip ties where you'd have to cut it and then get a brand new one. These are considerably more expensive than zip ties, but they get the job done much better in my opinion, and I can't recommend them enough. As with everything else I'll mention in this video, a link is in the description below. Okay, so the next thing I'd like to talk about are cable boxes. Now these are pretty simple. They have a hole on each end, and when you open it up, which takes a little bit of force, you can put your power strip inside like I have. Now I have it actually mounted in there because you're technically supposed to use these on the floor, but I actually use it since I have a standing desk. I actually mount it to the underneath of the desk so I can keep all my cables off of the ground. And it actually works really well. You can do this on a regular desk too, although it is meant to be used on the ground. So you're going to want to use some mounting tape like I have here from 3M. Where did I put it? Like I have here from 3M. Now this can support between 5 and 10 pounds when used properly, and you can actually line it up against the bottom of the mount of the cable box, or you can use it on something like a power brick that you have for your monitor or your game console or anything else. And this is very, very useful for keeping that up off the ground and on the bottom of your desk. Once it's on there, it's not coming off for a while, and it's pretty inexpensive too. Okay, so the next product we're going to go over is a cable sleeve. Now you can use these, I actually use it with a Velcro strip as well. You can use these to hide cables that are going to have to be in plain sight. Like I have here the power cable and the wires for my speaker. So I have to have this in plain sight because it doesn't have enough slack to go in with the other cables I have. So what I have to do is put a cable sleeve around it. And what you do to do that is you wrap it around at the top, and then you route all the cables inside of the sleeve and close it up and move down the length of the cables. And there are a few different ways to use cable sleeves. I actually have this one here, has pre-cut holes so you can have the cables come out of the sleeve at any place that you want. But you can also have them to where they are just completely solid all the way through. You can punch holes in them, and then you can also cut it to the length you want. So I actually have this one cut just a little bit shorter than it came, so that way it doesn't have to have a bunch of slack between the top and the bottom. But now I'm going to go ahead and move over to plugging in all the wires on my computer and getting that finished up. Okay, so the last thing we need to mount now that all the cables are managed are my gaming headphones. Now, since I already have a pair of headphones up on the desk for editing, I actually prefer to keep these under the desk with a mount, which I have lying on the floor somewhere. With a mount. So this actually mounts underneath the desk, this part on the top, and then you rest your headphones on here. And I mount it with 3M mounting tape, of course. But the trick is to keep the cable so you don't have a ton of slack, but you have enough to where you can still wear the headphones without having to pull on the cable too much. So my trick for doing that is to use a couple of cable clips that attach to the bottom with adhesive, and then one that attaches with a nail. Now the one with the nail allows me to keep the cable so I can remove it, so I can get the extra slack that I need, but so where I can also put it back easily without having to remove anything to keep the cable in place when I'm not using the headphones. And it works really well for me. I'd highly recommend giving it a shot if you have a desk which you can nail into. And I actually get the nail cable clip from this IKEA cable management set that costs about $5 and comes with a bunch of clips and zip ties and Velcro and all of that. And I do apologize for the audio. My brother is cleaning the kitchen and he's being extremely loud. So now that we're done, I'm gonna go ahead and close out this video. Now if you wanna check out any of the products I have listed, they are all linked down below. You can pick most of them up on Amazon, except for a couple of them, and you can also pick a few up in your local hardware store. I've also left a link to a written companion article that has a couple more recommendations and tips for you to check out. Now if you want to see a full tour of my setup, I'll also leave a link to a video I did on that. And as always, a huge thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe for more and leave a comment with any questions you may have. As always, thank you for watching.